Hi everyone, this is Sean from Hancock Guitars with episode 4 of Luthier FAQ, where we talk about some of the questions that we've been asked during the week at Australian Luthier Supplies. This week I wanted to cover fret files, specifically our diamond offset fret files. I get asked fairly often how you can tell the difference between the two grits, 150 and 300, and the easiest way to do that is to actually just run your little finger across it, and you'll actually feel one will be smoother than the other, and obviously that one's the less coarse of the two. Otherwise you can often just look at them and you'll see that the one that's coarser will have a coarser sort of grit compared to the other one, more little sort of parts sticking out of it. The other important question that I get asked fairly often is whether someone should go with the 150 grit or the 300 grit. Sometimes people don't want to spend the money buying both because they're quite expensive, so they want to buy one or the other. Typically I'd say go with the 300 grit, but there's kind of pros and cons for each of them. The 150 will remove a lot more of the fret when you're using it. That'll make the job go quicker, but it will also leave more scratches in the fret, and they'll require more sanding out and polishing later on. If you have both files, you can go 150 and then use the 300, and that'll leave less scratches and then polish, so that's the advantage of having both. The 300 obviously will leave less scratches, so it'll need less polishing, but it's more work to clean the frets up afterwards. So unless the frets need a lot of work, in which case go with the 150, just go with the 300. On the subject of polishing frets, this little fingerboard guard is what we typically use to guard off the fingerboard when we're polishing the frets. And that fits over a fret like so, and you can use regular sandpaper to polish the fret or polish any scratches out left by the fret file. There's a trick that I use often with these, and that's just putting a bit of tape over the top, and that actually will hold it in place so it's easier to work on, and you can just keep moving it along the fingerboard. Also, you'll want to put tape on the underside of that, and that stops the metal from potentially scratching the soft timber of the fingerboard. I hope that's been informative for you. If you've enjoyed this, please hit the like button or subscribe to our channel.